I do not fear computers, I fear the lack of them. Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. The only thing that will save us is if we learn to live together. Self-education is, I firmly believe, the only kind of education there is. The saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. I write for the same reason I breathe, because if I didn't, I would die. It is the unknown that defines our existence. Life is pleasant. Death is peaceful. It's the transition that's troublesome. Never let your sense of morals get in the way of doing what's right. The easiest way to solve a problem is to deny it exists. In life, unlike chess, the game continues after checkmate. Any planet is Earth to those that live on IT. Your assumptions are your windows on the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come in. Anti-intellectualism has been a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural life. Science fiction writers foresee the inevitable, and although problems and catastrophes may be inevitable, solutions are not. It is not only the living who are killed in war. A robot must protect its own existence, as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Writing, to me, is simply thinking through my fingers. I am not a speed reader. I am a speed understander. The true delight is in the finding out rather than in the knowing. Knowledge is preferable to ignorance. Better by far to embrace the hard truth than a reassuring fable. I believe in evidence. I believe in observation, measurement, and reasoning confirmed by independent observers. Science can amuse and fascinate us all, but it is engineering that changes the world. There is a single light of science, and to brighten it anywhere is to brighten it everywhere. Humanity has the stars in its future, and that future is too important to be lost under the burden of juvenile folly and ignorant superstition. If knowledge can create problems, it is not through ignorance that we can solve them. Don't you believe in flying saucers? They ask me. Don't you believe in telepathy and ancient astronauts in the Bermuda Triangle? No, I reply. No, 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 and again no. Life is a journey, but don't worry, you'll find a parking spot at the end. Double quotes. To succeed, planning alone is insufficient. One must improvise as well. Creation is annoying. You can't put it off. There is no right to deny freedom to any object with a mind advanced enough to grasp the concept and desire the state. It is change, continuing change, inevitable change, that is the dominant factor in society today. Double quotes. The advance of civilization is nothing but an exercise in the limiting of privacy. It pays to be obvious, especially if you have a reputation for subtlety. What I will be remembered for are the Foundation Trilogy and the 3 laws of robotics. No question about it. The human brain, then, is the most complicated organization of matter that we know. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a very realistic optimist. It is the chief characteristic of the religion of science that it works. Properly read, the Bible is the most potent force for atheism ever conceived. Science fiction is the only literature that portrays the nature of change. It takes more effort to be smart than to be stupid. Those people who think they know everything are a great annoyance to those of us who do. The most hopelessly stupid man is he who is not aware that he is wise. Human beings sometimes find a kind of pleasure in nursing painful emotions, in blaming themselves without reason or even against reason. Double quotes. The danger is not that computers will begin to think like men, but that men will begin to think like computers. The universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. Individual science fiction stories may seem as trivial as ever to the blinder critics and philosophers of today, but the core of science fiction, its essence, has become crucial to our salvation if we are to be saved at all. There is a cult of ignorance in the United States, and there always has been. The strain of anti-intellectualism has been a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural life. To be sure of hitting the target, shoot first and call whatever you hit the target. Life is glorious when it is lived for others. Double quotes. If I were not an atheist, I would believe in a God who would choose to save people on the basis of the totality of their lives, not the patterns of a few moments. All you have to do is take a close look at yourself, and you will understand everyone else. The easiest way to learn is to make mistakes. The easiest way to learn a lot is to make a lot of mistakes. The future is waiting for those who know how to create it. A robot may not harm humanity, or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. Knowledge is not only power, it is happiness. And being taught is the greatest gift. Science is not only a discipline of reason, but also one of romance and passion. I am convinced that self-education is the only kind of education there is. The true joy of discovery is not in finding a final answer, but in the thrill of the search. It is better to know than to believe. In a properly automated and educated world, machines may prove to be the true humanizers. There are no nations, there is only humanity. History is full of people who outlived their reputations. Human stupidity is the only thing that gives me confidence in the future. No institution can survive if it needs geniuses or supermen to manage it. It must be organized in such a way as to be able to get along under a leadership of average human beings. To live life without limits, you must first shatter the limits within your mind. Education isn't something you can finish. It is the obvious, which is so difficult to see most of the time. People say it's as plain as the nose on your face. But how much of the nose on your face can you see unless someone holds a mirror up to you?